My name is Jared Neal McCurran. Welcome to the Tortoise Diaries, Chapter 12. Today is February 10th, 2019. It's been a Sunday. Sunday where I lost control. How, you might wonder, or maybe not. How? A single bite of an egg yolk. A leftover egg yolk from my youngest son's plate. That's what got the ball rolling. You see, last night I had all these good intentions of fasting today. Previously, I've fasted a few Sundays out of respect and devotion for my Father in heaven, to show him that I'm serious about this change that I've committed to. And today I took a big step backwards on that because I committed to it and then I failed miserably. I didn't dive horribly deep. And the next thing I did was drank some. I had liquid, which was, I was on a liquid fast, which I had sausage yesterday, so I kind of broke that fast yesterday, and then I had even more actual food today. I wasn't even thinking about it when I did it. I made a little meal replacement chocolate shake to go with the boys' breakfast. Had some raw egg yolks for deeper nutrition from our chickens. Have super orange yolks. They travel all around. It's about 6 acres or more, and they eat really well, and they have really strong, good eggs. So anyways, I drank some of that because they all drink their full. And I wanted to eat my son's piece of toast with homemade apple butter on it. It looked delicious. I wanted to eat it. Oh yeah, my wife made Lulu. Lulu made chopped up some cucumbers, skinned and peeled and chopped up cucumbers, and we had her mayonnaise, her special, delicious, ridiculous good mayonnaise with cucumbers. And I was like, well, it's not really that bad because it's healthy and stuff. But like, my point was to fast that day to honor God, and I'm eating food, so it's like ridiculous. I'm lying to myself all day long about food. Next thing I'm doing is making this giant ass salad, but I got herring because fish. I need fish for my brain, so like it was healthy, and I put her mayonnaise all over it because it has healthy fats and raw eggs, so deep nutrition again. And hemp seeds, deep nutrition, good for the brain, omega-3s, blah blah blah. So I'm not, it's good, but still, I'm not fasting. I'm continuing to eat and dishonor my Father in heaven. So it's like, what the hell, dude? Oh, and then with the salad, I made a vanilla protein shake, mostly freaking soy products in it. It wasn't the greatest. I'm not even going to say the brand because it seems rude. It was given to us. It is what it is. I don't like soy. Unless maybe it's sprouted or fermented. But even then, like, I haven't really had it that much, so I don't know if I actually like sprouted or fermented soy, but I'd rather just stay away from it. Unless I was in Japan, and it was like Japan or China, and it was properly grown and properly fermented. I'd go for fermented. I've eaten some fermented things and liked them, sauerkraut, stuff like that. It grew on me. Like, I didn't start out liking it. It was disgusting to begin with, but I like sauerkraut. I love properly fermented pickles. They're delicious. I used to hate pickles. I did not like them. Ask my Irish twin sister. I hated pickles. Never ate them. And I did take my medicine this morning in coconut milk with the raw egg. I did the greens that I'm taking, which are pretty nutrient dense and don't taste very good at all. Blech. Every time I take them, I'm getting used to it though. I guess I take about a tablespoon of that, and then some pills and a bunch of tinctures for my brain. Wormwood, who I never would have thought wormwood we use for killing off parasites in our intestines, but apparently it's good for brain health too. I read a little bit of the research on it, not much, like I didn't do the actual scientist, but someone's website where they talked about how to help with the concussion. They talked about wormwood being useful and why. It was, I think that one was kind of a scientific-y they put more attention into the science of it. Since mother was, I had listened to dark red. So anyways, I've been taking wormwood, so I'm probably killing my intestinal parasites and helping my brain at the same time. So cool. And a few other ones like rosemary, which is good for memory. And if you got Alzheimer's, dude, take rosemary. Super good for you. Eat a lot of rosemary. If you know someone who has memory problems, get more rosemary in their diet. It's super helpful. Just across the board, I learned about rosemary last year about being helpful with memory and helps with concussions too. So cool. Combining like 6 or 7 different tinctures to help with a concussion. Take those with the greens and any other useful beneficial things I take, like B12 and some multi-mineral mix that my sister-in-law gave me, or gave us, the family. Whole Garden of Life. Pretty good brand. It could be better, but they're pretty good. I've bought their products before, but I don't know that I'd buy them again because they were bought out by someone else who I don't know that I trust. Beside the point, but that's how I think about these things. I buy after researching. I don't like crappy companies. There are a few things that we buy that I haven't researched, like our bread. It's just the best stuff we can find in the store, but I don't know if it's an ethically run company. That would change my opinion of it, though. Maybe that's why I haven't looked it up, because I don't really know any other good bread to buy. As long as it's good bread anyways, it messes me and Lainey's stomach up. It just tastes really good and has fairly clean ingredients. I haven't eaten bread, though. I haven't dived into carbs. Mostly just honey, which either that or the soy little protein meal replacement drink messed me up this afternoon, dadgum. So yesterday I took an afternoon nap, like 3 or 4 hours. I slept amazing, but then I couldn't fall asleep when I was supposed to. I ended up tossing and turning until I think, was it 1 a.m.? And I was like, screw it. No, it's like 12:19 or 12:30. Like, screw it, you shouldn't try to fall asleep when you can't fall asleep. It kind of ruins the feeling. So I sat up and I started reading the Bible out loud. I read a whole bunch of Job out loud. I'm actually fixing to be finished with Job, and I only started like 3 days ago. So or 4 days ago. Maybe it was 5. Anyways, I haven't been reading that long, really. I've been doing a chapter or 2 a day, but I've gotten quite through it quite a bit. And I read some Psalms and Proverbs out loud, and I think I read at least a chapter of John and then a chapter of Romans. I feel like, anyways. And then I was like, all right, I'll be done. It was like around 2 or 2:30 at that point. I laid back down with the intention of getting one sleep cycle in before 4 a.m. came around. I still didn't sleep that well when 4 a.m. came around and came and went, and I turned the alarm off and fell back asleep and got up at 10:15, somewhere around there. My wife came through with a very, very happy Lolo. She was talking and gurgling and being all cute. So I woke up then. I didn't crawl out of bed until 8 o'clock. It felt like crap. So wasn't a great start my morning to begin with. And I didn't wake up at 4. I had good intentions for the day. I was going to wake up early and do my breathing and get my video done because I didn't get it done yesterday, and I needed to get my sound fixed on the recording of my VP doing the contract pitch, because that one's really important. Because there's a lot of stuff you got to go through, and you need to know it correctly because we offer a lot, and each point is important. And I never did that. I got to do that in the morning, which I better get my ass up, sleep well. Dadgum. I need to get up at 3, not 4. The sun's starting to get up earlier too. The civil twilight is 6:54, so I need to be up before 4 a.m. I want to get up seasonally with the sun 3 hours prior. Maybe eventually 4 hours prior, depending on how well I can upkeep my energy levels in my body. Speaking of that, my fast is not going well. Don't know if you noticed. Liquid fast, yeah. I was gonna do it and be all that. I think that sabotaging myself. I think that I'm scared of doing a fast. I think I'm scared that I'm not ready. I think I'm scared that my body isn't ready, and I don't know. It just got me worried, I guess. So I'm going to change tactics. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do a 40-day bone broth fast. You see, I felt amazing day 12 of of my bone broth fast, the previous one. I felt great, super great, and it didn't even 2 days into a concussion, I still felt good. Of course, the second day I ate a ton, and then the virus kind of chomped down, but like I was still functional. I don't think that would have been the case if I hadn't been on that 12-day bone broth fast. So I feel like a 40-day bone broth fast would do amazing things, regardless of doing any other fasting. And maybe in the middle of it, I might do a 3-day fast or something like that. It could be really rejuvenative if I have a period where I don't need to be exerting that much. It'd be a real restful, healing time, like nature walks and shit. But that depends on how well I do in my job. If I can do well, then I might have the money to be able to do that. But if I don't, then I'm going to have to be working hard all the way through, which is why I think I may need the broth every day in order to sustain myself. So, it's on my calendar. I start tomorrow, and I end March 22nd. My halfway point will be March 3rd. I'll do some kind of reward for myself on March 3rd. Maybe if I nail this and hit my sales for the month and get my $1,500 bonus, then I'll get myself an Aura ring for my birthday. They're $500. They're kind of expensive, but it's really great for tracking your body. They track HRV and a dozen other different things. But I really need to bust my ass if I'm going to hit that. I've only got like 2 weeks left, I think, if that. So I need to get going. But I feel better on a bone broth fast, so I'm going to get going. I got a big week ahead of me this week. I got possible 12 duplexes, fairly good sized ones with steep roofs. And if they got hit with hail, which they might have because they're getting older and they got damaged, that could go really well. Get this into this realty company new roofs on their houses. Wouldn't that be awesome? Love you.
Love you too. I just wanted to interrupt your video.
Alright. That was Lulu. I love her. It is critical for me to nail my mornings. I went through a period last year where I was waking up at 2 a.m. every day, nearly straight for 3 months. I was killing it. I felt amazing. I was doing better than I ever had in my life. I mean, I wasn't doing great. I was working through a lot of crap. I had my issues. But, like, I was doing it. I was doing a really hard thing. I was getting up at 2 a.m. I was taking cold showers. I was doing ice baths, like long ones, 20, 30 minutes in super cold water, below 40-degree water. It was in the 30s. But I was doing it, and I never done anything like that. I didn't like hard. Are you kidding me? Getting cold water? Taking a cold shower, I felt like it was brutal torture. I was weak. Mentally, physically, along the discipline pathways, spiritually, I was weak. Just super duper weak. Which is why, like, I'm a lot different now. From one to the other, it's a big turnaround. I don't seem like the same person, and just my whole life, but especially this past year, super manic depressive, type 2 bipolar disorder, just real bad. And sometimes I still fall into that. Just bad depression is what it is, and you cycle in peaks where you feel great sometimes and happy and smiling and everything is good and you're on top of the world and everything feels like it's going right. But usually because you set too big of old goals and you missed a step along the way and you didn't sustain yourself in the hard times and things got hard and you realized they couldn't do what you wanted and blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh, the world is horrible and crappy and everyone hates me and I should just die. Yeah, I've been there. Had that thought. I'm worthless. Woe is me. What a horrible place to be. Just painful and regressive and wounding to your own daggum soul. Smile in the face of your fears, and they will flee from you. I'm learning. Taking me a while. I'm 33 now. Starting to figure out what it takes to be a man. Constant daily action. I'm a rancher who's starting to become a farmer. So that takes constant daily action. If I don't make the time for it, it doesn't happen. And that's not good because my goats need to be taken care of. My chickens need to be taken care of. And so does my garden. And so do the orchard trees. And they've kind of been abandoned. I should have pruned them this winter. And I didn't take the time to do it because I didn't do the research on it because holy crap, I got a lot of other stuff going on. Owning property and taking care of animals is hard, Joe. I'm getting there, though, every day. Put a little bit towards it every day. Put a little bit towards everything that I care about every day. That's the ultimate goal once I get my schedule taken care of. But I gotta get my mornings perfect. Back when I was waking up at 2 a.m., the first thing I did was meditate. No. The first thing I did was dunk my head in ice water. Dunk my head and arms in ice water. So I suppose I can do that again. It worked. It worked then. It sucked. Man, it woke me the hell up. I've got a tank of water outside. It's cold as air temperature anyways right now. I haven't put any more ice in it since the other day, but it's still fairly cold outside. Set my alarm for 3 a.m. and go dunk my head in ice in the morning. It's not the worst thing ever. I mean, just ice. I mean, it's not even ice. It's just like cold water. Talking like 50 degrees maybe. Maybe 40. Maybe in the mid 40s somewhere, but probably like 50. 50 seems reasonable. Actually, it could be in the 40s. I don't think it got above 40 today. So, I get up and I wake myself up. And then probably energizing breath, Wim Hof breathing, 3 rounds. With push-ups, and that'll really super duper wake me up. For show. It kind of gets me pumped and ready to go. Very moving. But I should fall asleep. I don't know. They seem a little long. This one seems a little winding, but that's how I'm going to start my day. I'm going to piece the rest of it together. I know I want to read the Bible between 5 and 6. Is that right? Yeah, between 5 and 6. And then between 6 and 7, I had something else I was going to do. And now I don't remember what it is. I really ought to figure that out. And I have to leave for work at 8 tomorrow. 8:15, a little leeway, but 8 would probably be better. Oh yeah, and I have to edit a sound clip in the morning. I'll do that between 6 and 7, and then as soon as the sun rises, my butt's outside. Because I want my pupils, my eyeballs to absorb the morning sunrise, because that helps keep your circadian rhythm in sync with the world around you, and that's incredibly important for whole body health. And if you're thinking about getting healthy, then you need to be thinking about whole body health, not just how do I make this muscle strong. Screw that. It's not about that muscle or blah 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 blah. They're just muscles. They're only important. Their only importance is how they serve you, not because they're attractive. How well do they serve you, and do they serve you properly? What's the best way to make them serve you properly? It's treating your whole body as a functioning unit that works synchronistically together. Everything affecting everything else. And it starts with the food that you eat. And if you eat crappy food, you'll have a crappy body, and there's no way around that. And if you eat excellent food, you will have an excellent body. Now, it may not look the way you want it to just by eating food, but it will be built on a strong foundation. And that's important, because if you give yourself a strong foundation, if you give your children a strong nutritional foundation, that means get the cereal out of their lives now. It is the worst. Actively killing them with cereal. Oh, I hate that industry. They have your kids addicted to sugar. The industries of America and the world have made your children addicts, and you, but they're actively pursuing your children who aren't able to think logically for themselves. And they say, here, eat this. It's good for you. We've enriched it with minerals and vitamins. Yay. But when in fact it is mostly sugar, because they know that's how to attract children the most. Because sugar gives a sensation in the brain of pure bliss. And many children are damaged, emotionally, physically hurt by those around them. And they're happy to hide in that abyss, of bliss. These companies prey on you and your children using sugar, which, if you didn't know, sugar is more addicting than cocaine, and it's harder to quit. 5 daggum years. 5 years. You have to not eat any sugar in order to kick the habit, the desire, the burning occasional need to satiate. That part of you that yells, find me something sweet. It is a controlling force. And yet we just ignore and do it anyways. Because it tastes good. Screw your taste. Do what's good for you. More importantly, do what's good for your children. They don't know any better. Teach them the right way so they can be strong and healthy. You don't want them to have the afflictions of the sad diet, the standard American diet. You see all the obesity and death and heart problems and diabetes and Alzheimer's and a never-ending epidemic of problems that are cascading throughout humans' bodies across America and now the world because we've shared our diet with them. And it's addicting. And everyone's dying and everyone has miserable lives. And it's all because of what you dadgum eat. God, stop with the corn. It's everywhere. We are not supposed to eat this much corn, but it's in everything, and it's super processed, more processed than anything else. And it's a horrible processing method. They burn the crap out of it, do all sorts of weird chemical things to it in order to turn it into sugar. It's disgusting. It's no longer food anymore, but it's in half the things you eat in order to make it taste better and sweeter and blah, blah, blah. I tell you what, you get sugar out of your life if you smoke, and you get sugar out of your life, your taste buds will change. And you will taste the world differently, and everything tastes better. The flavor sensations, the profiles are completely different. With sugar, you're just stuck with sugar. It's just got the one sweet taste. But when you drop that out of your life, and I imagine my taste buds will continue changing because I haven't completely dropped sugar yet. I'm still eating freaking honey because I'm still bound up in that control. But already, just from quitting smoking and limiting sugar as much as I have, taste buds have changed a lot. Red bell peppers. I hate them. I ate them. I ate red bell peppers and I like them. That's like never happened ever in my life. And I've tried them before on fajitas and stuff at Mexican restaurants. Nope. Never was a big fan. Nah. Ate them with my salad today. They were pretty good. They added some nice crunchy texture and a different flavor profile. They just kind of kicked it up a notch in certain areas. Like, cool. Expand yourself. But it helps to get out the sugar and start with the liquid stuff. If you're just new to this, just cut out all the liquid sugar that you eat because that's the worst. Holy crap. I drank a bottle of apple juice. Was it Saturday? Friday? Friday. Got it donated to us. Amazing apple juice. And very clean. Just has ascorbic acid and another preservative, another acid that I can't remember. No added sugars or anything. But it's still, it's apple juice. It's got a lot of sugar. Anyways, I drank the entire thing. It was like 32 ounces. I was thirsty, and it was delicious. I got a sugar issue. I knew it was sweet when I tasted it. I couldn't stop drinking it. I just do another drink. Minutes apart from each other. Like I was drinking excessively. It was sad. I didn't want to refrain. Horrible. Another reason why this bone broth fast helped me nip that part of my life in the bud. And I will do it again as many times as I need to until that's out of my life. I'm sick and tired of that control over myself. I'm done with it. Anyways, my belly was pretty empty that day. I just started. Not that empty. Empty-ish. But anyway, it threw me into cramps. It threw my stomach in knots. And gave me gas and diarrhea. It was... Nah. I should have known it was coming. Lady said, yeah, they say give children apple juice for constipation. She said, take a word. You need fiber for constipation, but if it's just a light constipation, it might work in a pinch. But apples, great for constipation. Anyways, I ramble. My daggum video, so why the hell can't I, Just, keeping track of my life. This does help me. Interestingly enough, it does help me. I don't give a dadgum who watches it, but I promise you, if people actually pay attention to this and care about it and watch it, I don't know if I'm going to put up ads or not. I don't know if I'll put them out. I mean, it'd be a nice way to add revenue for it, but if I make enough of my job, then I don't see any point in doing ads. They annoy me. If I could choose the ones, if I could choose the ads, I might consider that. If I could keep it like 5 seconds, I don't need to make that much off of it. Like a 5-second ad for like a really great company that I love, that I think is amazing. Like Primal Herb ad, 5 seconds. Like I love those guys. Just show the package, boom, and then no words, and then package gone. Like, hey, just check them out. They're amazing. That kind of thing. That'd be cool. But YouTube doesn't give that kind of control. It'd be kind of cool to create my own video sharing company that just handled content better than YouTube does, because YouTube likes to shut down a lot of people. It's rude. And they're pushy with their advertising. Seems like I haven't really got deep into that yet, but it'd be cool if you could do your own personalized advertising with companies that you actually wanted to associate with. All right. I still have to do some box breathing, 20 minutes worth. 6 seconds in. Hold. 6 seconds. 6 seconds out. Hold. 6 seconds in. And repeat that for as long as you can. Count each set. And use your diaphragm. Don't breathe in your chest. So you're breathing from here. Don't move here. This is not to move. Here. Here. So no chest movement, only diaphragm at your breathing muscle and your belly down here. That gives you room for the muscle to expand down. Also helps with your bowel movements. It helps push and move around and activate your intestines so they move properly through. It helps a lot with gas. So yeah, that's 4-count breathing. Set. You can do a 6-count, 8-count, 12 count, 14 count, but you start with 4. If you're new to it, it's also called de-stress breathing, warrior breathing. It basically puts your major organs and your brain and your spirit all into a coherence so that they're synced up together, and it modulates your nervous system, your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system. It modulates them to a balance, because your in-breath activates your sympathetic nervous system and your out-breath activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic being your healing, and sympathetic being your fight or flight, your stress. Also, right nostril. Breathing through it, do this. If you have issues breathing through it, it's congested. That's your parasympathetic nostril. If it is congested, then your parasympathetic is probably having some issues. If you breathe through this predominantly, you will activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, if you do this, they're probably going to sound different. They usually do. Most people's nervous systems aren't in balance. My sympathetic nervous system, my fight or flight, my stress is much higher. I feel like it has been for 3 or 4 days. I do HRV every day, and my sympathetic has been much higher than my parasympathetic. That affects my healing and my sleep. I need to fix it. So what I need to do is just do my box breathing through this nostril. That's what I should do. I'm going to do that. But anyways, I need that, and I feel very strongly that it helps with my sleep. Though of course I can't prove that yet because I haven't been doing it long enough. I did it a little bit last year for 10 days. It was my longest streak. I did it over the course of like 2 months, I think. My goal now is to become a master at it. 1,000 days. I will do everyday box breathing using this app that I like, called Box Breathing. It's created by Mark Devine, a Navy SEAL. Pretty cool guy. He's got a book and a podcast and a yoga, Kokora Yoga, which I also own that book. I need to delve back into that again, but I need to do a lot of things. I got a Qigong video I need to start doing every day, and a workout video that my Kalinetics that I need to do in the mornings, and like, I gotta find time for all this stuff. I need to schedule my day. Oh my goodness. I need to have a highly systematic, highly scheduled day, and if I can do that, I will move forward so quickly in life. It'll be amazing. But I gotta make that day. I gotta make that day happen, and it's gotta be every single day. Every day. I want to do the same things every day, and I want those things to be the things that I love. life will change. And it'll be change co-authored between me and God, designing my life the way I want it to be so that when I'm on my deathbed, I am joyful at what was behind me, and I am joyful for the future of my legacies. I will see children walking diligently unto the Lord, teaching their children what it means to have an abundant life on earth, loving them and just sharing each and every moment, not worrying about tomorrow, but living in today, planning for your future properly, but taking each day one at a time, understanding that this day is the most important day of your life, and you must do your best at it in every aspect, because it is all you have, and each and every single moment is insanely important and pivotal for the day. And whatever is pivotal for the day is pivotal for your future. Every encounter you have with another human being is a chance to change their lives for the better. Not because you come sharing some great knowledge and you're going to uplift them. No. No. It's because you're willing to care, to pay attention to them, and let them know they are important to you. And they ought to be, because every single person is important and has value and worth and deserves your attention fully if they're in your life and interacting with you in whatever way. No one deserves your backhand, your disinterest, unless you're literally running through. But if you're running through late, then you're not really living your life properly. You need to give yourself time. You need to schedule your day, and if you schedule your day, you will find you have more time. Like for me, I used to always kind of drive fast. 5 over. Before that, when I was younger, it was always like 15, 20 over. I was always late, never prepared, getting tickets, driving recklessly. I was awful. I was a good driver. Everyone will say that they're a good driver, but when I drove at high speeds, I paid attention only to the road, and I enjoyed it. It was a kind of bliss for me. I have found that I have fairly good nervous system reaction speeds, reflexes. I think, genetically speaking, I might be above average. I haven't been tested or anything, but it feels that way. My apologies. I have noticed that with the cold showers and the fasting over this past year, my reflexes have even increased, whereas I can do things like catch stuff as they fall out of cabinets without... It just kind of happens. Just... It's interesting. We'll see how it progresses and develops. Maybe my nervous system will collapse in a year, and I'll have to fight through that somehow, and it'll be incredibly difficult and painful and struggle, but at least I'll learn some things and be able to help other people if they have the same problem. Because that's what life's about. Getting through it even though it's hard. And making the best of it. Another freaking 40-minute video. It seems a little bit excessive. If you watch this, wow. I hope it was worth it. If you did watch all the way through, apparently I was capturing and rapturing enough. I said enough interesting things that you wanted to stay here this entire time. So, yay for me. Jeez. I don't know if I could sit through a 40-minute video of some guy just talking while he's laying on his couch. He'd have to really grab my attention. All right. I need to go to bed. It's been a wonderful chat with myself. I hope to do it again tomorrow and every day thereafter. And maybe these videos might actually get good. Who knows? God bless you. May He give you abundantly where you have a need. May God bless our food to the nourishment and enrichment to the vitality of our bodies. May God bless our transportation, that they run smoothly and efficiently. May God bless our homes, that they be dwellings of peace with sound protection. May God bless our families, that they grow closer together in you, and may our legacies be of strong spirits. Father God, bless this state of Texas, that it upholds the truth mightily and without fail. Father God, bless these United States, that they seek the truth and hold it dearly to their sides. Father God, bless our president and governing bodies, that they do their jobs without deceit, leaning on your wisdom and your understanding. And Father God, I bless this great big world you created. Help us know your face more intimately every day. In Jesus' name and by the blood of Christ I pray. Amen.